Hello, incredible greetings. Hold on. There we go. All righty. Incredible greetings, everyone. Incredible greetings. All right, let's go and find this post. Okay, there's the one for YouTube. Hopefully we can get the one for Facebook to come up fairly quickly. All right.
Well, hopefully we can get the one for...
And then now let's change this, edit privacy to, and then they brought back where you could share to multiple groups at the same time. Yes. Yes. All right. Boom, share it out. That was quick. Hello, everyone. Hello. Incredible greetings. I'm going to give it time. I know the notifications has to go out. I just changed it from, I had to change my audience to public on Facebook. So that takes a little minute. And then I know I got one notification for one of the YouTubes to one of the others. So that means it's probably delayed for you guys as well. If you are watching the playback of this on any of these platforms, this is a live broadcast, guys, live broadcast. So this is not pre-recorded to where I, have the intro and then we kind of get into it and just kind of get going. I don't really like talking to, an audience of no one. I like to have a little bit, a couple folk in the room, and I share it out and things like that. So it takes us a little minute to kind of really get going. But the joys of watching the playback is you get to fast forward past all of this and get to, I guess you would say, the good part. But just bear with us because this is a live broadcast. So there's going to be a lot of fluff in the beginning of this as we welcome people in, get folks to comment and share and to like the video, tag some friends in. So that's kind of how this works because this is a live broadcast. And we want to make sure as many people who might find value in this discussion, they are on the live. So we don't just jump right into it, okay? But that's the joy of you being able to watch the playback of this. But if you are here live, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for choosing to click on the notification that your girl was live. Not sure if you guys saw the title, but we're going to talk about being scared to talk to people about what it is that you do and how that can be affecting the goals that you have set for yourself, the vision that you have set, the vision that you have created and, that you have for where you want this to go for you, whether you want it to just be a side hustle, if you want it to be a business, whether you want to continue to do one-offs or build to doing groups and larger orders, build to servicing schools and organizations, government contracts, whatever your plans are, your mission, your vision for whatever it is that you're doing, how is what you're doing right now going to affect that? Okay, so that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. Okay, let's see. Hello. Thank you for joining from coastal Georgia. The other site is several seconds ahead of this one. Oh, so what meaning? I don't know which. Because both YouTube, it doesn't really tell me which YouTube you guys are watching from. So right now I'm broadcasting on both YouTubes, Honestly Speaking, and Soloholics Anonymous and Shakia Lavelle over on Facebook. I'm trying to really transition. If you are watching this over on Soloholics Anonymous, and that is the only YouTube channel that you follow me on, I highly recommend that you go and you subscribe to Honestly Speaking as well as 365 Creative Academy, because I really do need to start putting doing these lives and putting them on 365 Creative Academy. You enjoy this content, but I really need for you guys to go over there because I really do need to eliminate a lot of this non-silhouette stuff. I know I'm effing up. Don't look, if you start a YouTube channel, don't do like I'm doing right now. Don't mess up your algorithm. Don't mess it up by throwing in all this other stuff. Keep it very consistent. Don't do like me. At this point, I'm just it is what it is, right? So start right from the beginning and build the audience. If you have different platforms that you plan, start them, build them from like the beginning. Don't learn from my mistake. Learn from my mistake. Because now I feel like even though this isn't directly related to Silhouette, and although those who are Silhouette users and those who are using Silhouette Studio and who are using the cameos for their business and things of that nature may find value in this discussion, and they're having trouble communicating to people what it is that they do and being able to secure more customers or clients, this wouldn't, the Silaholics Anonymous platform isn't really the place for them to receive this type of information. Like, I really need for you guys to matriculate over to Honestly Speaking and 365 Creative Academy, more so 365 Creative Academy on YouTube, because I really, really, really want to just move all of this content to that particular platform. And kind of keep Silaholics Anonymous, the Silhouette, Honestly Speaking, was supposed to be for the branded stuff. Yeah, even though it's like, I like it because the name is Honestly Speaking and it allows me just to speak honestly. And I'm afraid that Silaholics Anonymous probably won't have content because I'm not really doing a lot of like new tutorials, because it's really the same stuff. I guess I do need to probably do a few of them with the new version 5, but I mean, the processes are the same. So I don't know what kind of content, and that's a fear of mine too, in that if I don't do these, then there will be no new content on that platform, because I feel like I'm tapped out. Like, I don't know what else to show from like via Silhouette. So yeah. Anywho, hey, you're over on Honestly Speaking now. Oh, so you're saying Silaholics Anonymous was a few seconds ahead of this one? And it also could be like, once you jump in, if you're not clicking, because sometimes when you come in, like if you switch between them, depending on where you clicked at, it may not be live. So you may have to like hit the live part to always be caught up to the live part of the video if you're switching in between platforms. Ooh, excuse me. Hey, incredible greetings. Welcome in. All right, so let's we're at like 7.5 minutes. By 10 minutes or so, I want to get into the discussion. So if you guys have not done so already, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, a like, depending on which platform you're on. Drop a hey, how you doing? That helps push the algorithm. That engagement, those comments, they definitely help. So go ahead, drop a comment, drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know where you are watching from. Consider hitting the share button, even if you just copy the link and share it so that you can come back to it. Share it to yourself via text message or in your Facebook inbox so that you know to come back. If this is a topic that you feel like might resonate with you, be sure to also save this in a playlist over on YouTube on Honestly Speaking, because I just might remove these. I have them live because I can reach the people on my Silaholics Anonymous live. Like, those for playback purposes probably won't ever see this. But if you're on Honestly Speaking, you may want to save it to your playlist. One of the things I am finding is that when people are looking for content on YouTube, some people actually don't really know how to navigate YouTube. When it says videos, this technically, of course, is a video, but it's classified as a live. The majority of my content is actually live. I've been doing more lives than anything for several years now. So if you go to my platform and you just look up videos, it's going to seem like I have not done anything new in a long time, because those are under videos is where all of the pre-recorded, like uploaded videos will go. You want to go under live, and that's where you're going to see that I'm live all the time. And that's where most of this content is. But if you go and you save it to a playlist, you won't have to worry about like trying to find it under videos or live. You can just have one that just says Professor Moments, and they will be there for you. Okay. Thank you so much for switching between both platforms and giving me a like on both platforms, and for saving the video, for saving the live broadcast. All right. So I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365. We are located in Miami Gardens, Florida. We are home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products. We carry the absolute best summation paper and ink. Our sublimation paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees as fast as 30 seconds. No butcher paper required. Now, I do want to say it's amazing. It's amazing, amazing, amazing brand. Right now, my focus is on some other things that I really need to build up. So we are in a bit of a closeout for a good portion of our inventory. Okay. We want to try and get that down. I need to get it down like ASAP Rocky. If I don't get it down, it's still no benefit to you guys. I have to destroy it. So it's either you guys get to take advantage of it at 52% off. If we can't reach the level that we wanted to be able to close out on to get down to our maintenance level, we're going to be forced to destroy it. No, we cannot give it away because that's not going to be beneficial for us on the tax side. We got to basically take that as a loss. Like it's not, if it's not going to make money. We have a lot of people that say they absolutely love our paper. It's like, it's the best, but y'all need to actually buy more of it. Like, we're looking for more business owners who need paper on a continuous basis. We know ink with these EcoTank printers, you don't go through as many bottles, and we have 140 milliliter bottles. They are huge, so you may not go through as much of those. But when it comes to the paper, so we're looking to reduce our inventory. We have a deadline, and we don't reach our deadline. We have to basically destroy a lot of it so that we don't carry that over into like this tax, like for these taxes, and basically just take it as a loss. But if you don't know about that, you can't just give it away, because when you're just giving something away and like donations, you only get basically like 25% credit for it versus, hey, this was a complete loss. Don't count this as revenue towards our company. So yeah, we cannot just give it away because that's only going to be 25%. So if you don't know, like these are things about business that you guys have to understand. And you're like, maybe not understanding when people do or companies do certain things, there are tax laws. Okay. That is the only thing. Well, unless you have a business that requires some sort of licensing to operate. But the one thing that gets people in trouble, or the main thing that gets people in trouble, is the tax part of it. Having an LLC, not having an LLC or S Corp, that part, that's just legal structure. That is not, I mean, that's official structure. That's not making your business legal or illegal. But not doing them taxes right, oh baby, that'll get you into some trouble. So we are looking, so take advantage of it now. Once we have to make that decision to destroy whatever has to be destroyed, it will go back to, so then y'all won't be able to take advantage of it. It'll go back to regular price. And it's only going to be available to those who are on our email list, because we are going to end up revamping our website where that won't be the main focus. So take advantage of it now. Y'all sleep on it if you want to. You're going to be upset when you're paying full price for it again, because yeah, I'm not going to take the hit to hold on to it just for whenever people, okay, I decide, hey, I'll get it then. No, okay, I'm just telling you now. But it is amazing paper. If you have not seen any of the videos, I've done demonstrations of it live. So there's no smoke and mirrors. There is no editing. Like, you literally get to see me set my heat press to 365 degrees. I press it for 30 seconds. Well, I have a Hotronics. On our other one, it's like 3, because it doesn't output 365 when you have it on 365. So I think we have to take it up to like 375, and it takes like 40 seconds. So that's an important thing, right? Some of you guys, when we're saying 365, you're thinking, okay, just on the, the readout. No, you need to make sure that it's outputting 365. If your heat press is a little bit off and it heats up too much, or it's not hot enough, you'll have to adjust your temperature. So if it runs too hot, where you put it at 365, but it's outputting freaking 400 or some crazy amount, you may have to set your thermostat, like on your actual heat press, lower than that. Like on there, it'll seem like you're pressing at 320, 310 or whatever, but it's actually outputting because your heat press is all discombobulated. So just want to make sure that you do have I thought I had it up here. If anybody that's doing anything with a heat press, you need to have a temp gun, which I have no idea where mine is. There's also a surface probe, which can give you a little bit more of an accurate reading. I have no idea where mine is. It's normally right by my heat press, but I don't see it. Anyone with the heat press, if you do not have an infrared temp gun, you need to get one because you need to know exactly what your heat press is outputting. Okay. But anywho, that paper is amazing. Take advantage of it. No coupon code needed. Just go to the website, put it in your cart, and it is 52% off for the paper. Okay. Well, and the ink as well, but we don't have magenta, so you just have to get like all the other colors. We are also the home of Soloholics Anonymous. That is where I have been teaching guys for for now over a decade, because my niece just turned 11 or 12. Lord Jesus, she's older now. So I started using it right before she was born, and then I started teaching it like a little after. So, but basically a decade now. I have been teaching you guys how to use Silhouette Studio, how to use the machines, how to do print and cut, how to cut vinyl, whether it's HTV or if it's adhesive vinyl like Oracle 651, 631. We've shown so many different things. Cardstock, you can check those out. We got into this space more so for party favors, party decor, things of that nature. So if you're looking for that kind of stuff, definitely go check out more of the older videos. I don't do them as much anymore because I'm not actively in the party space. I more so teach it based off of the questions that you guys have, the things that you need to learn because you're actively in these spaces. Before it was a lot of content because I was an active like event planner and decorator, things of that nature. But now I'm heavily focused on teaching because it is impossible to do both. I don't care what anyone says. To do both at a high level, it is absolutely impossible. It's impossible to do. So check that out, Soloholics Anonymous. And remember, you do not need a machine in order to use the Silhouette program. You can use it absolutely free, 99, Free, free 99. You just have to go to their website, download it. This is not a sponsored video. I am not affiliated with Silhouette or Silhouette America in any way. I just happen to like the system, and I've shared this with you guys. I've built a whole platform around teaching it because of my love for it. I have never been affiliated with them or any parts of it other than Swing Design, where I do have a link to where if you want the upgrade, you can go through our link where we do receive a small commission if you use our link to upgrade. But that's that. And then lastly, 365 Creative Academy. That's where we help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of classes and trainings, everything from our Submation Seminar, our Party Favor Bootcamp and Master Program, our Grad Master Program, Intro to Designing, Pricing for Profit, Creative Business Accelerator Program, the Creative Lounge. We have so much to offer over on our Academy site. Go check that out, learn.365creativeacademy.com. But you can also purchase access to classes on our main website, hsink365.com. So hsink365.com. You can access classes over there as well. Okay. Which brand of heat gun do you recommend? Get any of them. I mean, I will say, like, for me, we have a Ryobi because my husband is addicted to Ryobi. Like, all of our major tools are Ryobi, but you can literally get any of them. Like, they all pretty much do the same thing. I mean, some over time may not be as accurate. That depends on you, how much money you're looking to spend on one. Because that will kind of affect maybe like how accurate it is or how well it works over time, how long the battery lasts in that thing. But we are a Ryobi family, so mine is Ryobi because that's what my husband's addicted to. But I don't have like one to say, okay, yeah, go and get this one. My recommendation is just get an infrared thermometer. You just need to have one, no matter the brand. Great question. Thank you for that question. All right, so I don't see enough. I mean, for the number of people that are watching, I don't see enough hellos. I don't. I'm not feeling I don't feel the love today. So I need to see some more hellos. Like, I mean, we literally have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the number of people that are watching, there is no reason why we should have 5 heys, hellos in the comments. There's no reason why we should have only 5. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Because now I'm also thinking, if you guys haven't said hey, that means you haven't given the video a like. We haven't shared it out. We haven't tagged a friend. We haven't done anything, right? We got to at least come in and say hello when someone is live. Or even if you were watching the playback, do y'all know how much engagement helps? If you have videos, if you have posts that you feel like they're not doing anything, you want that viral moment. Viral moments come from people engaging with content, whether it's sharing it out, leaving comments. So if you're just wanting more eyes on your items, you want to encourage people to leave comments. You want to interact with the comments. That is needed. That is what drives social media. So yes, you're going to hear me ask a lot of times for you guys to post comments, because without the comments, without the engagement, me being on here is absolutely pointless. Absolutely pointless. There will be no benefit to me being on here, because if I don't get engagement, then I don't get paid. I mean, this is part of our revenue strategy and what helps bring in money for our company, because I've dedicated 10 years to this, right? So I do try and take advantage of all income sources, but engagement is important. But I it's not just in me saying that for me and for my own selfish reasons. If you are planning to use social media to push your business, which this is going to sound harsh, a lot of you are, because it's the lazy way to market. You don't want to get out. You don't want to talk to people, which is what this live is going to be about. In the fact that you guys are not doing enough for your business. You're not getting out. You're not talking to people. It doesn't come off your tongue to really talk about what it is that you do. What value do you bring? Because you're not talking about it enough. You're sitting in the background. You're scared. I'm afraid to sound stupid or silly and things of that nature. You're afraid to ask questions. You're afraid to get the information that you need to take you to the next level, because you refuse to be seen. You refuse to engage. If you are looking for any level of success and you constantly come on my live, anybody else's live, if you're going and watching people's content, like their tutorials that they upload, and you're not as much as saying, thank you for sharing. This part was helpful for me, so that they also know and they can continue to put out great content for you. Because when you guys don't say anything, we as the content creators, as the educators, we don't know, what did you find value in? What could we have improved on? What was the information you didn't need? What do you need to see next? Because you guys are not letting us know, well, this was good for me. How did this help me? This doesn't work for me. Like, oh, I tried that before. It doesn't work, whatever. Because then maybe we can explore showing it in a different way. And that may help some other people. But you guys have to engage, because you're going to want that in return for what it is that you do, especially if you're in the creative space. Oftentimes, because we're in these groups, you're creating based off of what you see in the groups. And because it is a group of people creating and latching on to the same ideas, you might feel like you're missing out on something. And this is what's trending. This is what people want. But you're not all selling in the same area. So it may not be what people want in your area, your demographic, the people that you are selling to. So you're wondering why your sales are not moving, but that's because you are not engaging with your demographic, your audience, your customers. You're not engaging with people around you and asking questions and seeking answers to help better yourself and your business. Okay. All right. So hello. Incredible greetings. Thank you. All right. So here's a question to you guys. So we'll make it easy. We'll do numbers, right? So by a show of ones, who here finds it challenging? I'm going to try not to use trigger words or, they always say like negative words. So I'm not saying like it's hard and things like that. But who here finds it challenging to speak about what it is that you're doing clearly and concisely? So put a 1 in the chat if that is you. Put a 2 in the chat if you're like, I kind of know because I've worked on it, I've written it down, but I just don't say it to people. All right. So you're kind of like in that middle ground where you know what you need to do, but you're just not executing on it. And a 3 in the chat if you're like, look, your girl got this, your boy got this. Like I can spew it off. I can speak someone asks me what it is that I do. I'm able to articulate that with clarity. Let me know in the chat. Okay. 1, 2, or 3. Incredible morning. And then, okay. And also on a scale of 1 to, I'll just do it 1 to 3. No, actually, no, because I can't do that because then it'll get mixed in with you guys. So for me, right, out of 4 and 5, how well do you guys feel like I articulate what it is that I do and the value that I bring? How many of you guys are, okay, put a 4 in the chat if you are clear on exactly what it is that Shakia and HSE and 365 Creative Academy does. Put a 5 if you're like, I'm not quite sure, or I learn something new every day. I didn't know that you did this. I didn't know you did that. So put a 4 if you feel like you really understand what it is that our company does and what we provide. And a 5 if you're like, I don't know. Okay, so I got a lot of 4s, right? A lot of 4s. 1, it's probably because a lot of you guys have probably been following me for a really long time, and you've probably heard me say these things over and over and over again. You've seen consistency in the things that I show, how I show them, how I demonstrate them. So now let's go and move on. So I'm going to kind of do some more numbers, right? My teaching style, right? My teaching style. We did what? 4 and 5. So we're going to do 6 and 7. All right. So my teaching style, a 6, if you feel as if it is consistent, right? If I'm coming on to something, it's like she has a way and it's very consistent in how she teaches. Or 7, if you feel like how I teach is all over the place. Six, very consistent, clear and consistent. 7, all over the place. All right. So I see a lot of 6. Duplicate. She says duplicate. Y'all know that's one of my favorite things, baby. Okay. All right. So that's because I consistently show up. Not necessarily. So some might say it's because, hey, you sell, like, I mean, I teach, right? So I do teach. That is my product. That's my service. I have to continually talk about it. Just because I am in the teaching space doesn't mean that what I do, you guys would not be able to adopt that in some way, shape, or form for what it is that you do. You need to talk about it, be about it. Y'all know, y'all seen that little clip with don't just talk, no, what, don't talk about it, be about it. But for me, I feel like you need to do both, right? You have to be very clear for even for yourself. If you're going and you're asking yourself this question and you have a lot of like you can't even like not even to other people. If you were to go and look in a mirror, or you were to take this right here, your phone, get you a tripod, prop it up, turn the video on, and talk to it, talk to yourself about what it is that you do. What service does your business provide? If you're not able to clearly do that, that's something that you need to start practicing on. Because if you can't do it with just you, how are you going to be able to articulate that to someone else? And you need to do it day in and day out so that your audience, your customers, they are completely clear on what it is that you provide. I find that those in the creative space, i.e. crafters, are all over the place because they're jumping from thing to thing to thing. You're not giving your client base, your customers, your audience enough time to adjust to and really learn what it is that you do. Because you're one for one, you're not talking about it enough. They don't really know. You're just assuming because, oh, I posted. You're relying on Mark and his team of people and his robots and his AI and his algorithm to show people what it is that you do. I mean, let's be for real. Some of you guys are putting posts out there. You don't have any likes on it. You don't have any views on it. You're not looking at your analytics to see how, like, to even, some of you guys don't even know where your analytics are to see these things, to know that no one really saw this. But you're blaming others like, oh, no one supports. I'm saying, but are you consistent? Are you being clear on what it is that you do? Okay. So we have to work on that. Now, out of the 1 through 3s, I only saw one person put a 3, right? So if you are able to, if you're safely able to, can you put in the chat a small portion of what it is? Like if someone was to ask you what it is that you do, what your company does, could you put that in the chat? So same thing for those who put a 2. That means you have written it out somewhere. You just don't say it out loud. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Now, for those of you who have put a 1, what is that something that you desire to change? And if so, what do you plan to do to change that? Do you require direction, help, and guidance to get you to that point where you can clearly articulate what it is that you do? I mean, maybe while watching and learning, but why is it that once the video is done, people can't come back? You don't think to come back and leave a review, leave a thank you. If you're constantly being told that for this information that you guys are receiving for free, right? Us as content creators, us as instructors, it costs us money to do this. Us being here is time that is technically, you would say free, right? Because we're not being paid technically for the time that we spend doing any piece of content. It is based off of the views, the engagement, and how it will potentially affect the advertisers, because they bid on and say, based off of this content, how their audience engages, we are willing to pay this amount to have our ads run on their videos. That is how ads work. It's not just, okay, we're going to, someone puts the content up there and they're just getting paid. Everyone has different rates depending on the engagement that they have. That's why people are always encouraging, leave comments, leave comments, leave comments. And they'll tell you, like, you're taught to go in and re-comment like on people's posts, even if you did like a live video. When someone comments, try and go in there and add another creating the content. No one is giving us a paycheck to stand up here. I've been on here, 35 minutes now. I'm not getting paid for that. However, I have other things in business that I can do to where my hourly rate would be $53.65, $123.65. I have one-on-one sessions where they will pay $123 to speak to me one-on-one. But I will be here instead of doing that. I could be booking out $123 sessions back to 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 back. So we're not on here technically making money instantly. You guys are able to consume this information for free and find value in it. There's a lot of things that are said on my platform and others that if you implement it, it can truly help whatever it is that you are doing, whether for personal or professionally. All we're asking is, hey, come back and say thank you. If it helped you, oh my God, I was able to make these cutouts for my baby's birthday. I was able to, secure an order for 20 shirts because of this information. I spent 2 days trying to figure this out. I came across your video and this helped me. I was able to get it done in these comments help. You may not be able to do it, like you said, while you're watching and while you're learning, but it's very easy to come back and just drop a review, drop a thank you, drop a something, because you're going to want people to do that, right? Because if you didn't, you wouldn't go and follow what people tell you and get you some cards, print out a thank you card, put on there, give us a shout out on Instagram. When you do it, post us, give us a shout out. You're wanting that as well. But if you're not willing to do it, why should your customers feel obligated to do it? Because even in this moment right now, you're consuming this for free. You are technically still a customer of mine because this is a business for me. I just choose to do it freely, right? But you are still a customer and watching and viewing this video. So if you want reviews, why are you not willing to go and give the person that you're receiving content, you're receiving information, knowledge, and help from, why are you not willing to go back and give them a review? Okay, so Q3 designs and things to remember. We specialize in creating custom sports keepsakes for athletes of all levels, from youth sports to professional leagues. Whether you are a proud parent or a dedicated fan or athlete looking to commemorate your journey, we have something for you. Okay, I have a question. Did you put that in Chat GPT? Would you be very honest and transparent with me? Why I ask that? Professional leagues. Have you done anything, not bootlegging it, have you done anything for the NFL, NBA, MLB, MLS, Arena League, boxing? I don't know what the heck, the World Boxing Federation, WWE, motocross, NASCAR, USA Gymnastics, USA Cheer, or just anything with cheer, all of these major professional leagues. Have you done something for them directly? If you have not, then youth sports to professional leagues, that professional leagues should not be in there because that's not what you do at this moment. It might be something that you would like to be able to build up to, but you definitely have to have in order to be able to be on the level, and you can't be a solopreneur trying to service professional leagues. So sometimes when we're putting things in there based off of what they think sounds great, you're going to be fed some things. So while AI is a really great resource and it can be helpful when you can't figure out how to articulate, we got to also filter through that and be able to edit that down to where it makes sense. Okay. Oh, wow. See, this is what I'm saying, right? Some folks are way back. So she's putting a 1. That means she hasn't caught up to the live part. So I think someone was saying like it seems like it's ahead, and that's because depending on where you came in at, it's playing like it's from the beginning. So it's like further back. I am looking to change and articulate what I do. I have created a mission statement, but nothing else. Can we hear that mission statement? Are you willing to put in the chat what your mission statement is? Our team offers assorted methods of apparel design and party favors. Okay. So now we put that out there because that will be kind of a, all right. So what's like for assorted apparel designs? Is that for anything? So do you service anyone, meaning you're able to do one-offs? Are you doing groups? Is it for any occasion, any theme, any, you're going to create merch. And then for party favors, what are we, is it for large parties, smaller parties? Like, can we break that down? Who is your ideal customer? Okay, no problem. So one of the things I would like for you guys to do, and it's an exercise, for anyone. I talked about it a little bit earlier, so I'm not sure if you picked up on that because I was talking kind of fast. This right here can be your best friend. If you are someone, for one, let's back it up. You can't have it both ways, right? Every business requires some sort of marketing in order to thrive, in order to succeed. You have to have some level of marketing. The owners, founders, CEOs, CFOs, managers, and things like most times, they are not the ones who are the face of it, unless like here in South Florida. And I'm pretty sure you guys probably have them in your area as well. There's a lot of like the attorneys at law and like the accident, type ones. And so they'll come on and that's the head lawyers for those companies. And they'll come on and kind of do their little spiel. It's not really, sometimes it's like paid actors, but a lot of times it's like the actual like owner that might come on. There are some car dealerships here that are family owned, and you'll kind of see think a lot of the family from Bremen, they've been like in the commercials, but those are kind of like locally and things of that nature because they're trying to get people to come to theirs. But as far as like, you can have Bremen, like Bremen Honda, but for Honda, they're doing bigger campaigns, right? When it comes to them shooting these commercials, it's not going to be the founder, the CEO, the CFO inside this car driving it around. They're not behind the camera trying to shoot it, hop in the car, move a little bit, get out the car, move the camera, get in the car, move it, spin around. They're not doing all of these angles, right? They're paying for marketing. They're going to pay for someone to edit that down. They're going to pay for someone to upload this, ad agencies is going to go and make sure that the condensed clip gets to whatever TV station so that it can be played, right? There's going to be someone that's going to negotiate that contract, how many times is going to be paid, at what time of day, blah, blah, blah. Like there's a whole thing to that marketing component. You have companies that will go and they're paying for they're paying for the talent, they're paying for the space, the lighting, the direct, like you were surprised, there's directors for commercials. So they're paying for all of these things. not to say that you have to go on that level. Be the face where you are going to be the mouthpiece, right? So for a lot of these companies, they're hiring writers where they are writing everything out. Like there's, I mean, even for like the jingles and stuff, the person that created the company is not creative enough to come up with my baloney has a first name, it's OSC. They don't do that, you know. I'm about to show my age, okay? Well, no, I'm not gonna do that. I wasn't about to do a bunch of old commercials like the Big Red and like all, because now they don't really have as many jingles. But back then, there were people who were on staff and they came up with this. The creator, the founder, they started the business, but being able to articulate what that business was about, what that vision was, they would have somebody else come in. But I know for us, we're like, well, I ain't got that kind of money. A lot of times they didn't either. But they were willing to. We didn't have a lot of this social media stuff. So for me, a lot of the old school works. But they were willing to be out there and be in front of their business, be the face of their business, talk about their business. Even if it's small investments and bartering for different things, you've got to be willing to put in that work along with the work to create the things. If you can't muster up the energy or the courage, the confidence to be the mouthpiece of your business, I hope you got some dollars to put behind marketing, for somebody else to create your visuals, for somebody else to be the person to get on here and say how great your apparel, your party favors are, for somebody to be able to go and get the visuals of your products, to take professional pictures and get different angles and group and edit them down and post it to social media for you. Because if you simply cannot just go and talk to someone, even locally, about your business, because truth be told, if you actually get out and talk to people locally, you'll probably find that you get more business that way. So when people go and say, well, I want to be online, I want to be global, I want to be this, I want to be that, it's not, they're just for them, it's like, oh, my friends and family, they don't support. They feel like, oh, the stranger that they're going to find is online. For some of you, 2 houses down, that's a stranger because you've never talked to your neighbor. 3 blocks up, it's a whole lot of strangers because you don't know nobody on that street. You go into your local stores, whether you boycotting Target or Walmart or Starbucks, and however many places y'all are boycotting nowadays, the folks that you go and you see, are they not strangers to you? Do they know your name? Do they know where you live at? So while you're worried about the strangers online, you have this strangers that will support you locally, but you aren't speaking up. You want to hide behind a keyboard. You want to hide behind a reel. You want to hide behind a picture or a post, but you are not able to articulate what it is that you do. You have to be able to clearly articulate that. I'm a home-based business. I have all units except UV right now. Because of birds, I'm able to offer one or many pieces from an individual or many. You're still not telling me anything about your business. As of right now, I still don't know what I'm going to be getting from you. So do you have a website? Do you have a website? Do you have a strong social media presence that's actually showing this? Do you have your social media segmented into the things that you do? Or do I have to go through a gumbo of content to find what it is that I need? Is it segmented? Is your website segmented? How do I know exactly with all of these assortment of apparel and this, that, and the third? Because what happens, what I find out with a lot of creatives, you're comfortable in groups because these are like-minded people. They know the terminology. And you're saying things like UV, sublimation, DTF, DTG. Guess what? Half of y'all, over half, 85% of your customers don't know what the hell that is and don't give a damn. They have a thing that they want, and they also want you to be able to say, this is the best thing that, like, for, you know, for whatever it is that they're doing. They don't know most of these terms. And we get caught up in a lot of this industry jargon because you're spending way too much time in Facebook groups instead of allocating that same time communicating to your ideal customer. Oh, so the numbers have went up for a little bit. They going down now. Y'all don't like this type. Oh, this is not the creative stuff. Oh, wait. Okay. My bad. I'm sorry. Y'all want to know how to make stuff like this, right? So let's change gears. Y'all don't want to know about how to actually build a sustainable business, how to keep customers coming in. You just want to learn the next thing. And you feel like, oh, if I learn the next thing, if I get the next printer, that's what's going to keep customers coming in. I just need to keep moving from thing to thing to thing. What's popping today? What's popping tomorrow? I got to keep ahead of that. I got to learn that. There's no consistency in your business. No one knows you for anything. My bad. Let me stop talking about that. Okay, so to create these, is this y'all want to learn about? Y'all want me to switch gears? Should I switch gears and start talking about this? Y'all want to learn about making fans? Hey, you. So I don't know what happened. And I end up my thing in. Because you put me on blast since you still waiting on my call. Because I called, sir. I called you. Hold on. Oh, wait, I got to go into Google Voice. But I called you. Hey, boo. Hey. You another one that I got to get with. Hey, my love. I'm guilty of being in the groups too much. Well, I do advertise and post. I do advertise and post signs and posters, and my site is set up, but I'm also in AV City of Commerce, plus pass items to local businesses. Okay. You pass out items to local businesses. So what is your website? And when you're saying you said you make posts and posters, you post signs and posters. So where are we posting the signs and posters at? And there's no right or wrong in this. So you're doing a lot locally, and there's a lot of people that aren't doing this. So I'm highlighting this because there's so many people that aren't doing anything locally. So where are you posting them? Are they for specific things? Are you outlining it to where do they have a lot of pictures on it to where someone would know what they're contacting you for? One thing that you said that really resonates with me, if I wait for things to be perfect or a perfect time, I might as well move on. This is true. She says, I want both business knowledge and fans, whichever you want to do today. I need it. I need to do business right. So you're not going to like this, right? So that was a test. Now, for all the ones who are like, right? This should be the furthest thing for your mind. With the passion I'm talking about and what the title of this is, scared to talk about your business. This should be the furthest thing from your mind. There's a time and a place. And that becomes an issue for some, right? Where trying to separate the two. There's a time where you need to buckle down and you need to focus on the business side of things, really understanding the business. For some of you, you should be scared of the business side. I love the fact that about 90% of the people who are in my Creative Business Accelerator program, from the first 3 days, they were like, this is overwhelming. I love it. 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 Because they are being introduced to things that they've never heard. Understanding that business is so much more than making this. It's so much more than the creative part. The reason why you guys are not seeing success is you're not focusing on the business side of it. Oh, it's too complicated. It's not, somebody else needs to do this, but you also don't have the funds. You're not willing to pay somebody else to do it. You're trying to do everything yourself, and it's hard. Trust me, I know. I am speaking from experience, past and present, of trying to do it all, and it sucks. It absolutely freaking sucks trying to do it all. But there's going to come a time where you are going to have to focus on that business side, and it's going to be completely overwhelming. It's going to be a lot of stuff on top of you still trying to keep up with, I guess, for some of you who want to keep up with trends. If you make a decision to focus on business, I will say you're going to need to not want to do everything. If you're wanting to scale and grow, you only have but so much capacity, especially if your funds are limited. You are going to have to make a decision to scale. Not to say that your sales have to decrease, but the things that you will push will be a set things. So that, okay, I still have money coming in. I still have this, but instead of me spending so much time doing this, where I don't have any free time to allocate towards business, I need to cut back so that I can focus on business. Especially if you have a 9-to-5. Some of you guys are so focused on, I want to leave my 9-to-5. I want to leave this. I want to leave that. If I can just work on my business 24/7. If you can work on your business 24/7, you're going to be back at a 9-to-5 in 3 months. Because you have no idea what it takes to really run a business. You've never thought about systems. You just think, oh, if I can sit here and I can be a worker bee for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, that's going to be better than being at that job. No, you're going to be back at that job. Y'all going to be like the folk that's over there playing in y'all face. Shut up, Shakia. I said I didn't say that you had to call me. I said I need to get with. Look, it's been hectic, okay? I'm not saying that I didn't, it gets hectic. It definitely gets hectic. I'm more of a Zoom person. Like, look, schedule a Zoom where I can work and we can chat. Let's see. I believe the website isn't formatted correctly and investing in someone to revamp it. Okay. But but is it active? Is it live? Can someone go to it? We're still paying for the domain, right? It's there. Is it a site where someone could check out? Like, is it an e-commerce site? And if it's not an e-commerce site, what is your business Facebook page? Or are you not utilizing social media and you're mainly focusing on doing things locally by going out to different organizations? Are you're in your chamber of commerce with your local area? Do you find that you're getting a lot of orders through that channel? Okay, yes to what? I'm sorry, I asked a lot of questions. I'm so sorry. And I am scared. I will honestly say that the business part is the reason I have not really started yet. I'm so scared of the business part, but I'm going to stick with it. Before I seen that you was live, I was watching playbacks from your business course. And the other thing is, why are you guys in such a rush to run into the business? Like, I need for you guys to explore that for yourself. What is it about the allure of business where you are wanting to jump into it? What I mean by that is, You're wanting to learn the business aspect and implement it right now, right? You want to learn the craft stuff, and as soon as you learn something, I want to turn this into a business. I see it all too often, and not just in the craft space. I'm in a couple coaching programs, and I was actually watching some of the playbacks, and it was like someone who was there, and they were like, okay, they want to turn into a business. They've done one event. From one event, you know that you want this to be a business. Were you doing this beforehand? You were doing events for yourself. Like, you look, I'm a party planner. I just like, I love doing parties. I'm doing some type of get together for every single occasion, every milestone within my family. Like, hell, any excuse to have a barbecue, we're putting it on. I'm doing decorations. I'm doing this or whatever. I come up with creative ideas. So it's like, were you doing this for a lot of years for free? And now you had like your first one where somebody really wanted to pay you, and now you're wanting to turn this into a business. But then it's like the moment someone says, oh my God, you should make this to a business, some people automatically go into, okay, let me get a business name, let me get an LLC, let me do this, let me do that, whatever, instead of learning about the business. If you were okay just doing your events doing them, you weren't getting paid for them. Now someone says, okay, you should turn this into a business. Your first thought should be, let me find out, what does it really mean to have this be a business? And if this is something that I want to take on, or nah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm the bomb.com at this, but this is just something that I just need to do for me. I'd rather just do it because this is just too much. We get into this and not really understand the gravity of actually running a business. Because for you to say, I haven't really started yet, what haven't you started? Have you not started the creations part of it? Have you not started the business part? If you are on the creation side of it, have you mastered? What do you have mastery in on the creative side, on the craft side, that you can turn into a business? Or are you the person where, oh, I'm going to take a $75 class. I'm going to take this $50 class. I'm going to put this on my website. I'm going to put this on social media. Yep. Available now. This why y'all got these bundles with these dumb behind prices and these silly bundles that don't make sense, because child, I can literally that's a whole nother video. But I'm looking at this stuff and I'm like, I can tell you just took a class and you trying to flip that thing. Like I can see it. The page is active in getting sales from posting in all the groups and Instagram, but my pages aren't set up correctly. According to my kids, I post personal crafts, and I also go up to 100 miles of pop-ups. So your kids are saying you post personal and crafts. If your kids are saying that, then something may not be clear in what it is that you're doing. How you're putting it out there as far as what your business is, it's not even clear to the people who are closest to you, according to what you wrote, that they're saying it's just personal and craft stuff. So are we really clear on what it is that we do? Our captions, our messaging, is it clear, right? We're showing up to pop-up shops. We just talked about like ordering processes and things like that. Man, I would have loved to have you in our creative business program to kind of walk through what is your process at pop-up shops. Are you active? Do you have someone working the table? Are you working the room or going out, greeting people? Do you have cards? Are you constantly passing them out, directing them to your table? Or are you just sitting at the table waiting for someone to come and say, oh, this is beautiful? It's a different world running a real business. You're not crafting anymore. Your family depends on you now if you become a business. Exactly. Incredible morning. I have a general question. I need to transfer my business account to a new laptop in Silhouette. I don't know how to. You just have to log in. That's it. That's literally it. There's no major thing. There's not transfer anything. All you have to do is just log in and it will be there. It is off topic, but it's okay. That's a quick one. I pass cards and the kids work the room. So that means if the kids are working the room, are your kids the face of your business or are you? All right, so when they are going out, so that's even better, right? So when they are going out and they're working the room, what are they saying about your business? I want you to think about, I'm not saying you have to answer here, but I want you to think about that, right? Because whatever the business does, whatever it provides, everyone connected to that business should be saying the same thing about the business. It should not be an I, it should be a we. We need to change that in how we kind of speak. Oh, I provide, da, 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 da. We provide. A company is a we. Even if you are a solopreneur, that's not the goal. It's a we. Okay. So if they're working it, it should be the same thing. Like everyone should have the same messaging. If you ask MJ, what is 365 Creative Academy? He's going to be able to tell you. If you ask Zion Imani at 6, I'm about to say 6 years old. My child, well, he is 6. He's about to be 7. Literally in a couple weeks. So at 6 years old, though, you ask him, he'll probably tell you more so probably about like the mommy makes shirts and mommy makes because he sees me do that all the time. But my husband will be able to, anyone that is going to be out and be a voice for your business, it needs to be consistent in what that business is and how they understand what the business is it starts with you because you created it. You need to be saying exactly what it is and it should roll off your tongue. Any and everywhere I go, I have one when I come on, it's like a mixed bag. I go through and I run through all the stuff for Honestly Speaking, Soloholics Anonymous, 365 Creative Academy. But I'm going through any of the customized things for HS Inc 365 prints, HS Inc designs, because I don't really do as much with that one, but that's more so for my Black Pledge. I just don't do a lot with that one. So I can, but I don't really talk about that one as much. But if somebody wanted to know about the customized things that we do, I'm able to, boom. When it comes to Honestly Speaking, boom. And anyone else, they're going to know exactly what it is that we do as well. I never really wanted this as a business. I've always loved doing crafts and challenged myself to learn new crafts and give them away. People would pay and encourage me to become a business. However, I now need to be a business for survival because I'm disabled and this economy isn't friendly. Okay, so that can be a little bit different, but that means, and this is where for a lot of people, because of situations like that, you end up making moves out of desperation. And it's out of survival. I need this to work out of survival mode instead of it being off of strategic planning, right? You're making decisions to survive instead of setting up systems. You're not taking the time, you're just thinking, if I learn this craft, I just need to do that. And I just need to find somebody that's willing to pay for it. But you're going to keep buying stuff. So we're going to talk about the economy. And I see this a lot. People will say, oh, the economy this, the economy that. Yet you're trying to figure out how to get the next printer, how to get a laser, how to get more shirts, how to buy these blanks when you have no clue on whether or not you're going to be able to sell them. So the economy can be bad. I'm not saying for you. This is literally what I see because I pay attention. I ask questions and I am literally studying this thing. And when I have sessions, when I'm in programs and people are talking about different things, and it's we talk about the economy and, oh my God, it's so bad. but yet you're not trying to make things work with the stuff that you have. The moment somebody says something is viral, this is trending, you got money for classes. That could have been if the economy is bad for you, then it may not be the time for you to invest in classes. You need to really buckle down on the type of video. Be very selective, I will say, in the classes that you take. Maybe instead of all these individual classes, maybe you need to invest in a brain dump or a one-on-one session where this is what I currently have. This is what I know how to do. How can I make this work so that I can profit and then be able to work on doing more? But just simply going out and buying new things and all the new shiny things, that's not going to get you any closer to your goal. It's not going to make this economy any less hectic, because the money that some people could have been spending for necessities, they're going out buying things that they think that they need for their business. And it's not a need, it's a want, because you probably have a workspace, a craft space, a craft corner full of inventory, full of things where if you actually worked to sell all of those things, it can take care of a bill or two. But in your mind, oh, that's not big enough, right? And for a lot of people, I'm seeing a lot of these bundles. The reason why I say some of these bundles don't make sense, I feel like a lot of these bundles are just to have a line item. And it's like, oh, I got a sale for $400, for $1,000, for $2,000. If you have high volume of $20 sales, $15 sales that you can do, that's not like a whole lot of work, right? There's no rule that says you have to give them a whole lot of work for $15. Decide what service, what product you have that is minimum work. You can sell it for $15. Everything doesn't have to be this. It requires all this work, and it needs to be this higher price tag. It can be a lower price point, and it's kind of something simple. I just asked my husband about that. This is one of the things, right? So these two look the same. Other than this, just pop myself in a damn eye. Other than the stick, these two look the same. Front facing, these two are the exact same. So if somebody was to hold this one up, you can't tell the difference, right? Cannot tell the difference between these two from the front, other than for me, for purposes, I end up making the sticks different, right? But if I turn these around, I'm going to show you this one, because this one I made a mistake and stepped on it and broke it. So I had to put a brace back there. But from the back, this looks like this. This looks like this. This. This could technically, if they they stuff it the wrong way or whatever, they leave it in the car, this could end up like this. And they can easily take this, throw it in the garbage. Some people may want this. They want economy. Some may be willing to pay more to have something that there's no bending this. It's sturdier. You hear that? This is just paper. Same result on the front, but the value of this one is higher. If they wanted cheap, they wanted a $3, $5 fan, we can do this one. It's a print and a stick. I'm not giving you more. I'm not giving you this. No one's telling you to give them the world for $3. But if all they care about is the print, you can give them this. If it's for you, y'all want everybody to want high end. Half of y'all can't afford high end. You got the car that you got, instead of the car that you wanted, and the car the dream car, because you got what you can afford. But when it comes to customers, And now we want to talk. Y'all be in these groups talking about people what they can't afford, and you broke. Just say that you couldn't afford your dream car, your dream house, your dream wardrobe. You can't get on the list for a Birkin. You got your, whatever brand you have. I'm not big into purses. Same thing. They will serve the same purpose, whether you needed them for same Beyonce win. This is more disposable. Let me use it for this event because it's going to be bent and I'm going to throw it away. I'm going to toss it. This, I just may keep. It'll be a keepsake. It's going to go on somebody's chefferole. I'm sorry. I'm old school. I'm from Miami. I don't know if everybody say chefferole, China cabinet. What y'all call it where y'all from? We call it chefferole, China cabinet. Some people still, I guess, call it entertainment center, I guess. But, my grandma called it chefferole. So, two different. So, if you had a mixed audience of people, would you be able to articulate why they're paying a certain price for this and a different price for this? What's the difference in them when front facing, they look the same? Even if this one was to have a purple handle. And even if it doesn't, right? It can be, this is standard because these are readily available. You can get a whole 500 pack, 5,000 pack, 1,000 pack of these sticks. But when it comes to the colored ones, it's a little bit different. The cost is different. So it might be an upcharge to get the colored stick. Even if it's set up like this. This could be one price. This same setup with a colored stick can be another. But if you don't understand business and that everything is not created equal and everything should not be about just getting that average order value like up so high. I mean, we want that. Like that should be the goal. But if that's not what you're set up for, that's not what you market it for, you don't have the traffic for that, it's okay to get smaller orders that you can push out and that's going to take up less time and you're getting more orders. You're going to get them done in the same amount of time, but you're going to profit more from one versus the other. Am I making sense? So you have to so did you go to help and activate? So the same way that you activated before, when you first go in there, of course, it's going to be basic edition. You go help and then activate, and then you just log in and it will put business edition on there for you. She's like, dang, it seems like you just walked through my house. I no longer buy all the stuff, but I got so much stuff here that I could be working on from all my previous purchases. Oh, trust me, I know. Oh, trust me, I know. My students tell me that all the time. Like, girl, stay out my head, stay out my business. I know. Oh, trust me, I know. What y'all are going through? What's going through your head? I know the foolery y'all got going on. Trust me. And I don't have a problem calling it out. It's why some people love me, some people don't like me, because I'm gonna call it out. Some people feel like you're talking about them. Hey, you won't think about it. You're gonna ponder on it. And it's like, okay, you know what? Let me stop playing because that girl was right. I'm in my feelings. That was my ego getting all puffed up. She was right. I got plenty of money sitting in here. I need to be able to, I got a case of tumblers. I'm saying that, my tumblers cost $35. Well, even though I only paid $5 for these tumblers, the box of tumblers themselves, I only paid like whatever, like if it was $75 or whatever it was for it. But if you charge $35 per tumbler, how much money is that sitting just in a box? How much vinyl do you have because somebody told you that vinyl was dead? So you moved on to DTF and subrogation, but you already spent your money on vinyl. You did not make sure that you utilize that vinyl before you moved on. How much money in vinyl do you have sitting? How much money do you have sitting? But a lot of this comes from going back to you're afraid to talk about what it is that you do. And because you are not consistently talking about what it is that you do, you are going to be easily swayed to do something else. The more you talk about what it is that you do, it becomes ingrained in you. You don't want to do anything outside of that until it's time. But because you are not clear on what it is that you do, because you're not speaking it into existence, you're not talking to people, you're keeping it in your head, you're going to keep buying things. You're going to keep making bad decisions. It all starts with you getting some sort of clarity. Who's ready for clarity? Well, I'm going to need y'all to start saying much, okay? I'm always seeing that. I stalk your page. Well, can y'all stalk my page with some likes, some shares, some tags, some comments, please? I mean, I appreciate your views, but in the grand scheme of things, views don't really do very much or nothing. I need your comments. I need y'all to stop sitting in the background. I really do. I need y'all to say much, okay? I need y'all to say much. Ditto for me too. Too much stuff in my workspace. Then I get frustrated when I can't find stuff or my work table is covered with stuff. You talk about little old me all the time. Well, to who? Where they at? You got to tell them when they come, they see my stuff, they come over here and watch me, they got to be like, such and such sent me. So I know where y'all referrals are coming from. Well, where the new faces and things are coming from. But I say all of this to say, well, I told y'all, unlike y'all, I'm not afraid to ask for the sale. So here is where the sales pitch comes in at. If you don't want to be sold to, hey, have a great day. Until next time, have a great one. Hobby ever. For those who you know that you need some clarity. You've invested and you've spent a lot of money with a lot of people. And if you're being honest with yourself, you may have learned some skills here and there, but how often are you really utilizing those skills? How many systems have these classes help you set up? Or have they just put you in a position where you are just buying more things that you're not actually executing on, that are not actively making you money? We have two options that are membership based. Our creative lounge, I'm trying my best to where I don't got to shut it down. So if you're just into the creative side, you're not really into business, the creative lounge is where you can come, you can vent. It's a safe space. If you are more so worried about being vulnerable in public spaces and not wanting to speak up on these platforms, the creative lounge is where you need to be. It's $25.63 per month. If you do it month to month, and then it is hold on, I'm gonna take you to it. China cabinet, yeah. All right, so let's go here. Let's share screen, entire screen, and share. All right, so if you do Creative Lounge, your first month is $45.63. Each month thereafter is, I said $25.63. It's actually 20. I said $23.65. It's actually $25.63. Each month thereafter, you get access to all of the playbacks, live sessions, and things of that nature. Month to month, it is $36.50. If you just want to try it out for a month, and you don't want to have a ongoing commitment that comes off of your debit or credit card, you can choose to do it month to month. Once that month is over, you'll lose access, and then you can, hey, re-enroll and just do it month to month. There is a 1-year payment of $265.63. And then you can do quarter to quarter. meaning you just pay for 3 months and then that's it. And after that 3 months, you won't have access anymore. You can do, well, the year is still the year. That's why it's the same. Or if you do where it's going to come out quarterly, automatically, you save $10 per month by setting it up that way. That's $73.65. And that is our creative space where you can ask more questions about the creative things that you want to do. We've had some business type discussions and business topics, but this is really meant to be that place where you guys can vent, can express yourselves. You can work on your mission statement, your vision statement. Some people call it XYZ, and just get clarity on that with like-minded people, and also still learn some creative things. And then we have, and this one is technically once a week, but we're shooting to go back to once a week. And then we have the Creative Business Accelerator Program. Now, this one is no creative stuff. Now, these are all separate from Essential Silhouette Studio, grad program, grad customs master's program, memorials, Photoshop, Canva. But if you're in either of those subscription-based programs, you do get a discount code to go towards other classes. So get in there, sign up for it. You get the discount code, and then you can use it towards other classes where you're not paying full price for them because you're in the subscription-based program. But with this one, this is all about business. The month of April is all about execution. All too often, I get people showing up to classes. Y'all show up to live videos to get a good word. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, right? But actually executing, doing the work, not being a hoarder of information. The entire month of April, except for tomorrow, because tomorrow is technically the end of March, like that whole thing, because it's our review day. But we still a lot of value in our review and our pro call days. But the rest of April is going to be co-working and accountability days. We're going to get the work done. If you can show up to be taught for an hour and a half for any other classes, and it's just showing, you can come to these sessions and you can put in the work for your business. Take action to move the needle forward. So you're paying this amount, but you're also going to get work done. You can pay somebody else to do it, or you can pay this amount and you can learn to do it yourself. Even if you have to eventually pay someone, you're going to know what to tell them to do. You're going to be able to create SOPs for your business where it's duplicatable and somebody else can do that, where you're not trying to facilitate every part of your business by yourself. So that is also membership based. It is $93.65 per month. If you do it reoccurring, it's automatic. If you want to do month to month, try it out for 1 month. You want to hang out with us for the entire month of April. You get to watch all of the playbacks from last month, as well as the first 10-week pilot run of it. You can do that for $103.65 and just binge watch as much as you can in that month. And so with that one, you can use Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay, Cash App, PayPal for any of those if you need to break that payment up. You guys missed your opportunity. The 31st was the last day to get into this for lifetime access. I kept telling you guys, lifetime access will be going away. This is now only a 1 year. The price now is only a 1 year access price. 1 year access price. With the if you do buy now, pay later, such as Klarna, Afterpay, any of those, it's $1,013. If you pay it straight out, it's $936.50. Okay. But those are the options that we have to help you reach the next level in your business. Once you're in these programs, you're also going to be able to get discounts on certain resources. There are things that are available to you. Like we just dropped, we just had a session about ordering processes and things of that nature. And I actually just dropped this for free. So this is one of the free resources they got, which is basically a shipping calculator. So if you don't have a website that's going to calculate everything for you, you will have to do some, and we're actually going to have that session where, hey, we're going to weigh these things together. We do have a done for you product to where you don't want to do any of this work yourself as far as weighing them, but it's going to cost you more for the done for you product. But we have, like with this one, they can go in and let's just say for this one, it was 8 ounces. So if we come on here, it's 8 ounces and they purchased 12 of them. The weight on that is basically 6 pounds. If they got that plus some Gildan shirts, so let's just put, okay, it was 12 mugs, 12 shirts. That comes out to, that's going to be equivalent of 12 pounds. Actually, this shouldn't be that. This should be, a shirt is only 5.6 ounces. So that will be a total of 10 pounds, not including boxing and all that, because I have to actually update this one. I did forget to add the weight for your boxes and your packing material. But from this, even if you just add on, boxes are normally a couple of ounces. So even from this, you're going to go into wherever, like pirate ship, you'll put their zip code in, and you're going to put in a weight of, let's just even take it up to like 12 pounds. If you had that much packing material, 12 pounds to ship those 11 mugs and, well, with their, maybe I should have did tumblers because mugs are a little bit different because you got to have foam and stuff to protect it. But if you were, let's just say that was the case, if that was tumblers or whatever, and that was 12 pounds, you'll be able to automatically know that, but you have to weigh all of your stuff. But so they got this resource, they're getting the resource to help them organize their taxes. And then there's some other things that we have, which like I said, it's not included. It's not all inclusive. They do have to pay for it, but you get a discount for it. So being a part of the program, a lot of perks, a lot of benefits where I'm giving you resources to actually help your business. I understand what it takes for a successful business. I'm not just pushing crafts and projects down your throat. There are things that you must have in place for business. We are setting up, when I was asking, I forgot who it was, just in how they were set up. And that's because like how their social media was set up. Was it segmented? Could somebody go to that and know exactly, like they don't have to go through a content gumbo to find, what it is that they're looking for on your website, on your social media. We're going through that part of it. There's a lot. This is all about business, the business side of things and getting it set up where you are. You don't have to have a website. You technically don't have to have your LLC and any of that legal, an official structure or anything like that. Understanding systems, understanding efficiency. If you don't know my backstory, I did a video on it. I'm all about creating efficiency in your business. So we invite you to look into our program, even if you just try it out for 1 month, just to kind of see if it's a good fit for you. It's $103.65 for the business and $36.50 for Creative Lounge. Okay. All righty. I've learned a lot, and I'm knowing now that the business side is what I really need. How to sell, how to market, how to proceed in these pop-ups and so on. Yeah, we haven't had too many people talk about like pop-ups in the sessions. I'll probably ask that tomorrow. How many people are actually doing pop-ups and figure out what their process is in their pop-ups. So I purchased these sticks this way. You can just paint them like some people will. They don't want to pay extra. There's quite a few people that just paint these sticks, but I purchased mine colored. Hey. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for your time. I am out of here. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. Essential Silhouette Studio, still the best program for learning Silhouette Studio. If you want to learn how to use Canva, I teach the limitations first, and then we'll get into how you can use it. I don't do a whole lot of like designing, but I do teach you core techniques that you can apply to designs. We use it more so for the business and marketing side of things. But we have that one. Photoshop is another one, and there's going to be some live sessions dropping. Unfortunately, they will not be in the evening. I'm going to teach them in the daytime. If you can join, you can join. If not, just have to watch the playback. That's the one thing. I cannot teach all of my classes in the evening, guys. My family started to complain. I'm really starting to feel it now. My family started to complain because I have classes and one-on-one sessions like in the evening, and it's like, okay, will you ever have like a regular job to where you just like, when everybody, we're at school, that's when other parents work. Like, that's what my child told me. Other parents work while their kids are at school. It's like, you're working then, we come home. And so there will be some classes that, hey, y'all just have to watch the playback. Truth be told, most time y'all ain't active anyway. Y'all ain't seeing nothing anyway. So I just need to be able to host the class and y'all can watch the playback. So we do have a lot more classes coming up. Like the creative bit, the Photoshop one, there's some classes that I'm going to be doing like during the daytime, and you can either, I really plan to just do them as like pre-recorded, but I will open up the room. Well, it'll be posted in there. And the same thing for Essential Studio. It's going to be daytime classes, but the link will be there for you to kind of come in, and you'll see me basically recording the session. And then there'll be times where you can like ask questions for that. Okay. From where? Online. You can go do a search. I no longer truly, well, actually, I think I did tell someone Amazon, but I'll tell y'all, there's a lot of resources. I pay a lot of money to get the things, to try out things. So for me, I don't see, when I'm spending money for things, I want to try it out. So I have a whole lot of things where they don't really work out. I'll use them for personal things. I'll give them to Zani money or whatever, but I spend a lot of money. And it's not a matter of gatekeeping. My research should not be free to everybody else. If I can do it, you can technically, if you're, financially able to, but it shouldn't be because I'm financially able to, that I can just get information for free. So it's not to you. I actually started this a while ago. I transitioned to where, outside of the things that I have already spent many, many years kind of like just talking about, I don't really give brand or where to get things from. I'll give you like, hey, this is this. And then you just have to go do a Google search, Amazon. Most times, when in doubt, you can always search Amazon for something, even if that's not the best price. That's somewhere that you can start and then do more research from there. But yeah, I no longer give all that information out for free 99. Join one of our programs to be able to get that insider information and save yourself some money, some stress, some headache, kind of going back and forth. Learn because y'all know Shakia researches and she tests. So it's not just kind of like, oh yeah, this is here, this one I recommended, just get this. I'll be able to tell you if it worked, if it cracked easy, if it's like adhesive, how well does it stick? Does it bubble? Does it this? Does it that? So you get real insider information. And so I'm just no longer willing to give that away for free. Call me a gatekeeper all you want. I don't really care. I've never cared about that term gatekeeper. Not for you. That's just for anyone. So don't feel like that was a personal, thing towards you, because I deal with that every single day with people not liking the fact that I don't tell them exactly where I got stuff from or what brand it is, what brand of paper, what this. Literally every day I have to deal with that. And then I get the screenshots where folks was talking about me and don't realize. Never mind. It's a totally different story. All right, y'all. But for real though, until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.